Hello, unspecified number of people. Welcome to the live stream.
Hello, enchanted beetroots and hobgoblins alike. Here we are.
Back in the Elven forest to have a little moment together. And this is a very special Tuesday Tarot Friday because today is taking place on Tuesday, which is huge for us.
As the prophecy foretold, it would one day return.
Yeah.
How are you all? I suppose I'll check the sound before we keep going.
Little sound check. Always good. Sounds good to me.
Thank you, Fernando, the StreamYard Duck, for being here. We've been lucky to see you around here often lately.
Yeah. And thank you for protecting and guiding us in all things.
Oh, Tanner, I got a kickback for this one.
So pretty much got you hooked on the elf lifestyle, huh?
So basically, I need to find a way to incorporate this look into my personality more. Anyone have any community recommendations, or like, how do you think I can sort of work this into?
Festivals are going to be a big thing. That's definitely.
It all just seems so high energy to me. Like anything involving costume, I'm just, for some reason, I'm like, do I have the life force?
Well, that's the nice thing is, as like a elven royalty, you are kind of just like inherently aloof and apart, so you can just kind of like, glide from thing to thing and not have to like really go nuts in the same way.
A community where I could be loved for being aloof.
Yeah, exactly.
I dream.
You could also just do cosplay like you're doing now.
I could also start like a Cameo account where I just wear this and give important messages that people want to give to people in their lives. I could do their breakups for them. I'm willing kind of to go anywhere.
Yeah, if you need 2 elves to take care of business right now, we'll do it. We'll sing happy birthday in Elvish. We will, if you need a hobgoblin army smitten, we'll do that. Digitally by video, of course.
I think you are the only elves I know. Sorry. The only elves you know yet.
Don't make, any wide generalizations about elves in general based on us. Of course,
we don't represent the whole of the elf community. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we are such a diverse bunch. And being an elf is such a spectrum.
It really is. You got tree fudgers, you got North Pole elves, you got forest elves, you got cave elves. There's just like all kinds of elves.
Your brain is so sharp. When you do a list like that, I'm like, yes.
It's like my ears,
How's everyone doing? Pointy. We kind of sprung this live stream on you, so thanks for being here.
We finished our Patreon chores early and decided to hang out with our 5 best friends. How's it going?
I think it's more now.
Oh, nice. 6 best friends.
Every time we just have a Patreon to do for the day, it kind of feels like we get to go on a field trip where we can just horse elf around as much as we want.
Yeah. Field trips, weren't those just the best days of school ever?
Kind of, but I just remember getting so easily bored and exhausted on some of them.
Oh, yeah. I guess I was just delighted to not be in a school building. It just was like, we escaped, we did it. We're on the bus, anything could happen.
I could get bullied in any way.
Yeah.
In a brand new way and location.
Think of all the inside jokes that will go on without me.
Hello from Logan.
I want to do more field trip episodes. I really want to do a hike-isode soon.
I'm down to do a hike-isode, but I'm just like, if those little microphones we have were bad inside, how are they going to be good outside with winds? And...
It was also 4 separate channels.
But do you even think with 2 adding the thing of outside?
Yeah, or what about just the vlog cam?
Yeah, but then I'm like, what's the theme of the episode? If it's not like a talky podcast style one, then
it is a talky podcast, still talky
with the
podcast.
Canon G7X audio.
Yeah.
The Canon G7X is like popping off again right now for photography for some reason.
G7X, yeah. I think if we build it, they will come.
Yeah.
If we walk up the hill, we'll come down with a mountain.
I'd like to believe so.
Yeah.
Everyone, please tell us something that is up with you. And what is up with you?
What's up with me? Well, it's Pride. Happy Pride, everybody. I guess we're coming out as elves. Not that we needed that. I didn't need that. Been out and elfing about. Yeah. So that's fun. And Pride is just, it's the Halloween of summer, really. And it's just a great time. Queerness is just more and more like, it's just this like unfolding flower, you know, that you just get to witness and be like, the depths and variations. How beautiful, how exquisite, what a wonderful life it is to be queer. Anyway. So yeah, just reflecting on that, and of course getting down and dirty with that and having a great time. Can't wait to slut it up this weekend somewhere. Just in like a tiny little shirt.
Yeah.
Or no shirt.
If you see an elf on rollerblades in Salt Lake this weekend, you'll know that you just passed what was the elf that you were in that story?
The tan elf.
Grizz? The tan elf.
Yeah.
Yeah. Watch our Patreon if you're interested.
Yeah, if you like elf stuff, you're going to love our Patreon.
The pointy ears because of the Zelda casting rumor that she's going to be played by a trans woman. I'm annoyed by all the rage I'm seeing in my feeds. No, this is the first time hearing of that.
This is maybe a coincidence. Maybe, yeah, I think just a coincidence. I did see that. I saw that this morning, and if it's confirmed, seems like a great casting choice.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Right on the money.
I don't really know anything about Zelda, but people love getting annoyed about like what actors are doing what these days, don't they?
Yeah.
I'm like, if you're not an actor, then why are you so bothered? It's not really about you.
I'm gonna hate to see this.
This week has me taking 4 dance classes at once. I need to be in a dance class. It's just so hard to make yourself do stuff that you want to do, even though when you do it, you love it. It's just like the organization fatigue of it all.
Yeah, I feel you.
Oh my God, I'm planning my wedding, which is 2 months out, being very intentional about stress management. How's it going?
That does sound stressful, but congrats.
Just came back from watching a musical live.
And if you need to hire 2 elves to fluff up was that this episode or the last one we were talking about audience fluffing?
Yeah, audience elf fluffing.
It's hard to distinguish. We've just been talking at this camera all the live long day. Banksy's just here for all of it. God bless him. What's up with you? What's new?
Nothing really, but I am enjoying that the weather is in the 70s this week, because just getting thrown into the 90s last week was a bit like, and I'm like, I need a bit more adjustment time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was suddenly quite hot and was like, oh no. Yeah.
But it's rose season. The walks are amazing. I love stepping outside at night and it being warm.
Yeah.
Like in the darkness.
Yeah.
Oh, what a lovely feeling.
Still not cold in your little tiny shirt. That's still back on the little tiny shirt. Yeah. It's that time of year. It's the best time of year. The most wonderful time of year.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. And Tana, can you share more on the wonders of being queer to help someone struggling with being comfortable in their own skin?
Yeah.
You've asked the right person.
I guess what I've been reflecting on is the way that, like, coming out of the monoculture, the heteronormative, patriarchal, monogamous, and, you know, all those things, and about how my whole life I always felt this pressure to live up to this like homogenous one-size-fits-all ideal of masculinity, of straightness, of, you know, whatever. And how everybody kind of feels that, and how that ideal is really imaginary because there's no like one person who's like the perfect man, save for our Lord Jesus Christ, of course. Now, as a queer person, I just feel like it's allowed me to not judge myself in how well I live up to some imaginary and temporary subjective cultural standard, but like connecting with the authenticity of my lived experience and my body and my energy, and connecting also with like a culture that is like queer culture, as we can use that as like a homogenous term, but that like queerness predates the United States of America. It predates Eurocentric values. It predates Christianity. It predates English. It predates modern civilization. And so when I'm living as a queer person, I'm like, not just like, oh, I'm like living this like whimsical thing, unconnected and unnatural in, you know, whatever. It's like, no, I'm actually like part of something that's been going on longer than your ability to criticize this. And
really, because that sort of really broad description of queerness is really just like accepting the ways that you just like don't fit cultural norms, which like everyone in society would benefit from having, you know?
Yeah.
But it's like the LGBTQ plus community are just, they're good at like, they kind of have like a good reason to celebrate it.
Yeah.
But it's like, I feel like that's why a lot of straight people like find pride so like, ugh, why don't we get a straight pride? It's like, yeah, you kind of deserve one too. Like not quite in the same way, but you know, it's like you deserve to embrace and celebrate your differences.
Yeah. And that like I've said this before, I love the rainbow flag. Even before I identified as queer, I remember seeing the rainbow flag and being like, this represents me way better than the American flag. America is an idea that's been around for a couple hundred years. Queerness has been forever, you know, as long as there's been humans, there's been queer people. And like the rainbow covers every single hue on the gradient. Like wherever you are on the spectrum, you're a part of that rainbow. And so it's like, it's not like, oh, there's these type of people who have a valid, great experience that we need to celebrate. And then these other people, it's like, this is everybody. Like you said, everybody can be celebrated for being exactly where they are on this, like on these field of spectrums. Like you're allowed, you're great, celebrate you just being you. And it's not how well you live up to, again, this like arbitrary standard that exists in the culture, but just for the innateness of your being. And I just think it's like way more joyful and beautiful and fun and exciting and playful to experience yourself without those limitations and to just to have joy in my own being and love it. And to like the things that I used to be, this is going hand in hand with what I was just saying, but like the things that I used to be really insecure about in just like normal dating scenarios are now like parts of me that I like, or that I've like eroticized. And I don't know, it's just, I just love myself. And I love queer people because they've had to like go through, not everybody, like some people come out of the room, they're like, I'm gay, and everyone around them is like, yay, and you know, it's great for them. But a lot of people, especially around here, have had to work to figure that out and to come to that celebration. And so it's not bad if it's hard for you to step into the joy of that. And you know, coming out as queer, whatever, isn't just like this magic wand that's like, oh, everything's great now and it's really easy, and suddenly I'm like having the best dating success and feeling the best in my body and all this. It's not. It's just like, I love me, and however I am experiencing the world and expressing in the world is valid and beautiful just because it is.
Beautifully said.
How was that rant?
I completely loved it. And it feels like a theme of this year for me has been just trying to like accept my actual natural energy all the time. And it's just been interesting, like seeing how much life like kind of rearranges itself when you do that, and just like feeling into that ease of your own being.
So Taoist of you.
I know. It makes me sad that like people don't have like ease of their own being. Sorry, I'm like, that's kind of an annoying phrase, but you get my point.
It's so real.
Like you've talked about, like when you realized that you had been clenching your whole life.
Yeah.
I've been having a lot more of those moments lately where I'm just like, I do not have to go to the rave. Or, it extends to many things, but and it's like, it is such a journey because I've had that over the years too. I just think you know, life is like you're constantly deepening your certain things, and it's just spiraling.
Spirals all the time, always.
Okay, let's check in with the chat. Also, I should turn on, if you just got here and you've never seen a live before, we do super chats, and also you can Venmo us as a super chat if you would prefer. Okay, where are we? My family and I are going to listen to David Archuleta on Sunday at Pride. I'm so happy for him. I genuinely love festival? His new music. I imagine so.
Wow. Cool.
Watched a video by you guys recently that acknowledged that struggle. It was so validating. Here's to hoping it gets easier with time. The way that creeper from the radical monogamy polyamory video you guys made reminded me of the narcissistic predator who abused me for years. Spotting those people has become a spidey sense. I know what you mean. There's things that once you see them in one person, you're like,
What an interesting episode.
I know, truly. I won't stop thinking about it.
Not me. I've just been living in the field of erotic mysticism.
Did we know that Ray got engaged last month? I feel like we did. Did we know that?
Congrats,
Congrats either way for the first or second time.
I'm clean of my Ray dreams, so
1 week Ray dream free. August, I've been thinking about getting into drag. I'm compiling a playlist of potential songs. We'll see what happens. You should do it.
Cool.
One of my best friends in England got into drag, and at first, like, it was just this brand new endeavor. And now he's incredible. Like, he's got to be one of the best drag artists in England.
He just doesn't do anything like half-assed or like small scale. He's like, I'm going to do this and I'm going to be the best at it.
I'm going to publish an incredible book about doing drag. Oh, yeah. If you want a YA novel about a boy embracing drag, Boy Queen by George Lester. Oh, my God. Logged on to Elf on the Shelf instead of Elf on the Shelf. Yes, hello. We finished our Patreon video and did this live.
Yeah, we're reading Christfluencer, Paul Oligarchy's children's fantasy novel.
And it's making us want to be elf-fluencers.
Yeah, so we're changing gears here and shifting this good ship, Zelf, whatever. And
except I kind of have to pee again, but it's just like not worth it in this costume.
I like how your necklace is like can be seen through that.
Oh,
it's
yes.
kind of like a nice little detail.
I love that you guys are getting back in your flow of making videos. Would you say we are? That's nice to hear. I do think doing the Aubrey Marcus video, I was like, okay, yeah, we can still do YouTube.
Yeah.
Because you really doubt it at times. Oh, I'm sure some people don't. But...
And it's summer, you know, a lot's going on. It's always like we each have little things.
Yeah, it's a tough job. It's a great job.
It's so tough to be doing what we're doing in this moment.
I don't mean like that. I'm not saying it in that way, but yeah, it's just like it's a weird job to have and to like ride the highs and lows of, and to not really know how well you're doing at any given point. And like, yeah.
Not to mention all the meetings we're always holding for ourselves. We're like, why did we call these? Why did we say we had to wear uniforms? I love that we're literally dressed for the jobs that we want, and that's good. That's a good feeling.
And for the super chats we want.
That's right.
Sam, what cat litter would you recommend in the UK? I do not know. I personally, I think it's probably not the most eco-friendly choice, but I buy like the blue crystals because I feel like it looks the least gross and it doesn't get like dusty. But yeah. Banksy, any thoughts on that?
Chloe, congrats on moving out of Oklahoma.
Sorry, I have to read this.
Is that what I think it is?
Well, no. It's Stephanie Brinkhoff's birthday today.
Oh. Tell her happy birthday, or I will. Happy birthday, Stephanie.
No progress on you watching Secret Lives of Mormon Wives?
No.
What's holding you back,
yet.
King?
Well, it's all my self-respect. No, I'm just kidding.
Honestly,
I'm sure it's great entertainment.
I feel like I watched it, wrote a Substack about it, and now I'm kind of burnt out on it too. So I actually don't care if you watch it.
I've been busy. I haven't had like an appropriate time slot where it would make sense to watch it, you know?
And it's a lot fun, you know.
Because I have like a show I'm following, The Sopranos, of course, which has kind of wilted for me. Like it's season 5 and I'm kind of over it, but I have to see it to the end. So whatever. So like that, you know, I'll watch as I'm like making my breakfast and sitting down to eat. It'll just kind of be on. But like for something like that, I feel like you got to watch it with somebody else, or I'll go crazy. I'll be like, why am I doing this?
Definitely. Look at the crotch of this.
So yeah. So, you know, maybe someday we'll catch a wild hair. We honestly should react to it. It would be smart of us, but
there's a lot of things that would be smart of us.
But I've never claimed to take the smart road.
Yeah.
Fun road or bust.
I really do have to pee. It's really a wrestle in my mind right now.
Well, we could do a tarot for the chat as it's still.
I do think I could maybe not take it off.
Just kind of hover above, just float in the sky. Spread your arms. Yeah. Keep that wingspan. Yeah. All right, guys, it's just us. How are we doing? We're filibustering already. And not just filibustering, but alpha busting, which kind of sounds like Elphaba. And I guess there's probably some crossover there, being, you know, fantasy creatures and all. Oh my God, a super chat while Samantha is away. What are we going to do? We're going to read it is what we're going to do. H3 Chill, thank you again for all your generous donations. A main channel or Patreon series for Mormon wives would be incredible. Also, happy Pride. Thank you so much. I know we should do an episode. I just, you know, I've got so much other content to consume with my one wild and precious life. It's hard to go to do the Mormon stuff these days, though I'm not above it. It just has to be, you know, have to catch the itch or the financial incentivization. Is that a incentivization? Sure. You know what I mean. Loving the top you're wearing right now. The outfit vibes are impeccable. Thank you so much. I also have like little bottoms. Oh, hello. And I'm kind of digging it. It's kind of like elf hippie, I guess. And Samantha, of course, is queen of the forest.
It's crazy how good I look in this. Like, I'm actually shocked.
It kind of makes you rethink the whole structure of your ear, huh? Like, you're like, what if my ears are pointed all the time?
What if I got an ear job?
Yeah.
What if I wore, like, there's something like about the harness also that's kind of like, it's sexy, but it's also just everything about this. I just love it across the board.
Yeah.
Except for the sensory element.
Yeah. Yeah. And I do need to do a little repair on it. This was a gift from my ex who did an incredible job.
Yeah, seriously, amazing work, Caitlin. This is the Future Liberals one. Did you see that TikTok that was like this and not being in a radical monogamous relationship with Aubrey Marcus?
Well, I'm going to be petitioning to get little elf scat boxes in this tree, or I'm not going to perform here anymore. Fox News is going to have a heyday. Like, he only pees into a pile of leaves.
Did you already read that super chat?
I did.
Is that while I was gone? Thank you so much.
Oh, a little surprise. Yeah. Welcome back. We've been super chat.
I was working the super chat for our Aubrey Marcus premiere the other day. I was like rallying people to hit the goals, but it's like such a funny one because it's like this goal is like just completely made up. It's like get 20 super chats in the stream. So it's kind of a weird one to try and rally people around.
But did you try telling them that ISIS told them they actually need you to pay that?
Tana, that was my first strategy. Okay, I'm not stupid.
What ISIS wants, ISIS gets, baby. I never go against ISIS's wishes.
We have a Venmo super chat from Becca.
Oh my God.
Thanks for being back. You're definitely dressing for the super chats you want. Thanks for the whimsy. Thank you, Becca, for that very nice super chat.
Yeah, thank you. That was so kind. And honestly, it's Paul Olive Garden's whimsy.
This is all thanks to Paul Olive Garden.
Yeah.
We're inspired by his work.
Creativity begets creativity. And elves beget elves.
Elves beget elves.
And that's when one elf loves another elf very much, they go slay hobgoblin. That's just.
Oh my God! I can't get into Patreon. Oh no! I'm revealed.
Oh no! They know about us. No.
It's like in Friendship where the wig comes off.
Yeah. Oh my God, that movie.
I know, it was so good.
So cathartic to see Tim Robinson in long form.
There was this older man in the theater that was doing very loud commentary to his wife throughout the movie, which normally would be annoying, but it was so wholesome and just earnest. And I just think he probably just didn't realize how loud he was being, that I honestly found it charming and I loved it. And I'm like, I'm going to go to the movies more.
Sometimes, and I do like it when it's the vibe that it kind of feels like a community experience. Like, remember when we saw Barbie or the Taylor Swift concert? Where it's like, you know, yes, please. Oh my God. Another super chat.
Yay. What currency is CHF?
Misha.
Since I finally managed to see you live, I want to give a super chat, but it's midnight here and I'm too tired to think of anything interesting to say. It's interesting that it's midnight there.
Where is it midnight and they have a currency CHF? We need to do some sleuthing. Where in the world is Misha San Diego? And is it San Diego?
Yes, everyone grab snacks. Have subsequent chapters been enticing in Oligarchy's book? We had a good time reading it today. Yeah, I would say so. Swiss. Ooh.
I like being in a good Christian fueled fantasy world.
Me too. I like Paul's mind. He's got a lot of lovely little creatures in his story. So
he brought the whimsy in a way that even more Narnia couldn't do.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we're into it. And he understands that sometimes you just got that bloodlust in you, and you were born to slob some hobgob.
Mm-hmm. I finally watched Baby Girl. Haven't stopped thinking about it. Yes. Have you seen that?
I absolutely have seen Baby Girl, and almost bought a shirt the other day that said "I'm Baby Girl," because I'm exactly like, what's her name? Kate Winslet. What's in that movie? Nicole Kidman. Excuse me. When she was like, I heard Baby Girl, and I was like, that's me. I'm Baby Girl. And when I heard her say that, I was like, that's me. I'm Baby Girl.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, that was a great movie.
Yeah. That's what inspired me to start my Substack. That's
really? Baby Girl?
I mean, it's not like I was like, because of Baby Girl, but it's like I
wanted to write that thing about design.
I wanted to write something about it. So I was like, I'll start a Substack.
Wow. I can't believe there's just a big ass brownie in front of me. That's so exciting.
That's all yours, baby girl.
It's so fun to be Baby Girl.
Mm-hmm.
Straights don't get to be Baby Girl. Actually, I guess they could. Yup. One of you probably has a boyfriend who's so Baby Girl. It's disgusting and cute. And congrats.
I love slobbing on that hobgob.
Who up slobbing, who hobbing their gob. What's oh, there's just people are just talking to each other in there, and I'm like, wait,
sometimes
I'm left out of the conversation.
They don't even care about us.
Like, back up, give me context.
It's like we've built such a delightful community that you guys don't need us anymore.
Like the band that's playing at the party, and everyone's having such a good time, they're not even listening. Like, we're more than ambiance.
Mm-hmm.
We're ambiance.
But we're not more than ambiance. We'll just sit here eating chips, and that's what you want from us.
Yeah, ambiance actually is fine to just kind of be in the background. Munching away, having a brownie. What's everyone snacking on? And what's everyone's pride plans for the queerdos in the chat? Are you doing anything fun this weekend?
I'm hoping to read a book in nice places.
Oh, the dream.
Mm-hmm. Going to the store for snacks. I like thinking of people being out and about sometimes while they're listening to the live streams.
Like someone could be just about to interact with a teller for all we know.
67 people watching you guys eat chips. Jesus couldn't get 67 people to make him watch chips. But yeah.
He was eating bread too. There's like a much better like aesthetic crunch, you know.
Mm-hmm. Much more annoying digitally.
That's why I only had a couple thousand followers, but on Beyonce.
Well, you only had a what?
He only had a couple thousand followers.
Oh, Jesus had a couple thousand?
Yeah.
I think he had as many as a couple thousand?
Yeah.
Like in like various towns?
Did he feed the 5,000 or the 500?
5,000, right?
Yeah, so that's at least 5,000 people who are showing up to watch him.
But do we believe that? I just feel like he had like 50 followers.
Maybe either way, we're more popular than Jesus now.
Yeah. But not as popular as Fernando the StreamYard Duck yet.
Not nearly. And I'd be too scared. It's scary at the top. A lot of machinations and whatnot.
I'm too aggressive of an eater to just do it on a live stream, but nevertheless, I persist. Thank you to Jasmine for the super chat.
Jasmine, thank you.
Emojis. Oh. Thank you for representing us by emoji.
The elf emojis. That is us. Elf is us. Elf R Us. If they had a store there, they'd crush it with me. I'd just be like, "Ooh, assorted sticks, give it to me."
Bunny, let it go. Banksy spilled Celsius around the equipment earlier, so I fucked up.
Celsius?
The energy drink I was drinking. And I used that towel to wipe it up, and now Bernie is trying to bury it.
Good
loudly
dog.
And persistently. After the last stream, I went on a huge toast bender. People didn't see me for a week. What's a VOD watcher?
VOD watcher?
I think they're saying like I watch it like after the fact normally. I'm happy to be here live today. Hello. But what's VOD?
I bet we'll shortly have it explained to us, and I can't wait to learn, to educate, to be educated, to listen, to learn, to grow.
I love that we fully moved from Mormonism to elfcore, and cats love it. So we are.
It's pipeline for sure.
Was this or cheerleading? And we just felt like this made more sense. Oh, video on demand.
Now I want to make a little elf cheerleader costume, like a little slutty, like leaf bikini and little like these, but like pom-poms.
Oh, that's so good.
If only I could do a back handspring.
The context is we love your outfits and puns got out of control. Context of what? Sorry.
I, for one, am maintaining no context whatsoever. I'm free for all. Wherever we are, we are. Let go and let God bomb. Chaotic, organized.
Royalty in the chat. Louder reminder for people to like the stream.
Ow!
Friday is the 28th here, so I'm just spending the month trying not to completely crash out before them. Maybe Ren Fair so I can wear my elf ears. A fellow elf in the chat.
Oh yeah, Ren Fair's got to be a good place. That's probably maybe a little bit more your speed, where it's not like such loud music.
What would I do there other than look incredible?
I think that's the main thing, is you like walk around looking incredible, and you're kind of like in a scene where there's people who kind of look like you, and there's stuff happening, so you're kind of in the element, as it were.
Obsessed that someone just said let go and let Garth in the chat.
Let Garth. Yeah.
You are a real one.
Oh, Garth. Bless him. I forget that other places do Pride at other times.
I feel like Pride goes on for like 3 months. Like some cities are like doing it in July.
Yeah. Which I guess July makes sense. It's like so hot, wearing your sluttiest little shirt. Unless you're on the south of the equator, in which case it's winter, and what are you doing celebrating Pride in July? Come on, get it together. Australia.
They should start doing Pride in December events.
This year I got to remember to do a Christmas in July at Christmas.
I'm really worried you're going to not do it
I have to just keep saying it so that
I know how bad you want this.
I want to be held accountable. Bring it up every live stream, guys. Don't let me forget.
And you never know when it might be your last July to do Christmas in July.
I know. Well, I want to do Christmas in July and December. Kind of like our Tarot Tuesday, Friday, Tuesday. Pride is in March in New Zealand. Is that a good time for it? I want to go to New Zealand so bad. Everything I hear about it just sounds great.
Next Trova trip.
And I know I've seen some content about elves there.
They said Iceland was a hard one to fill up, and we filled it up, so we could probably do New Zealand.
What if we went to New Zealand? We would wear elf ears. We would hobbit the shit out of that place. Sorry, no offense.
Do you think that will be like
offensive? Yeah.
Okay.
But expected at this point.
That's on them for making such iconic movies.
Yeah. It's what you guys signed up for when you let Peter Jackson set foot on your soil. Can we really do that next? Do you guys want to go to New Zealand?
Assuming I survive the Iceland trip.
Yeah, assuming we get back into the United States after it. Decadence? Oh, more conversations I don't know anything about. Pride was in winter in Florida. Could you imagine? Even though winter in Florida is still low-key nice. I was there in February once, and I was like in one of those like bubble pools. They got their glass enclosures, so like mosquitoes and anacondas and 12-foot alligators can't come eat you while you're just hanging out.
See, no wonder Floridans are stressed a lot.
Yeah, a critter could come up on you anytime. Yeah, makes sense. Any big summer plans?
You know them. No, just camping it up, going to Iceland.
Me, I hope to be stepping into some kind of sacred edifice to commune with some kind of interpsychic deity who commands me to impregnate 2 lovers, which might be tricky as I am vasectomied, but I just do as the Lord commands.
In the comments that Aubrey Marcus has said that he is infertile.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what is going on with this prophecy?
I think it's just really more about the vibes. He was just like, damn, he couldn't just be like, I am so fucking horny in this temple for these 2 ladies.
That almost makes me wonder if I'm like, is it because he's like insecure about being infertile? And so that's why he's like has this grand vision that he can get 2 women pregnant. Like he doesn't feel like a man unless he can get a woman pregnant, or like, so I'm like, why would you have a prophecy that goes against what you know your body to be capable of?
All things are possible with God, so jot that down.
Yeah, if God wills it. That's what, not that I was thinking it might have come from ISIS, but it does seem to delegitimize it more.
I really wanted to lean into the ISIS branding, but it is hard that one of the top, enemies of the United States is also bears the title ISIS. And so and maybe it's more, people are more familiar with that one, I think. Because when you're like, ISIS told me to impregnate 2 women, it maybe gives the wrong impression to the average listener.
But it seems like both of them would maybe be okay with it.
But yeah, maybe if the vibe was right. What's your favorite part about being an elf?
I
mean, besides the ears, obviously the ears.
I just think in elf world, I could be a 10. I think I could have, I think it's you find your best aesthetic sometimes. And I just think mine might be elf.
Yep. I'm going to go to the Ren Fair and never retire.
And then obviously outside of that, just like murdering hobgoblins brutally and constantly. What's your favorite thing about being an elf?
That's why Elf God put me on this little elf world, was to hob that gob.
Elf on a MILF.
I think maybe for Pride, I was thinking about throwing a femboy Hooters party. No. Sounds good, but I'm saving myself for the weekend.
Not me, I've done 2 hours of work today.
No one ever talks about the gaining confidence which accompanies donning an elf ear. It's so real. There is something about it's like the summer camp energy of like, you're a new person, you're a new creature in this, you have a whole new identity, anything is possible.
Yeah, that's the thing. And I've always understood that about like furries or people that, are just into costumes generally. But I never really thought it was for me but now I'm wondering. But I think my main thing with most festivals is just the kind of like standing around of it. Yeah. But then a lot of the time when you actually do it, it is really fun.
Yeah.
If the right people are there.
If I were good at publicly taking drugs with people, I bet I would enjoy it a lot.
Right. I would. Yeah. People who like do Molly and go to a concert, I just can't really. I mean, I guess I could. I get it, but I wouldn't want to do it.
Yeah.
Where are the videos defending radical monogamy?
They're right here. You just you're watching one now.
We are Armit Foam practitioners, radical monogamists in the field of erotic mystics. You guys know that about us. We're trying to get it added to the pride flag.
Yeah. ELGBTQROFLMOA or whatever.
It's not that much more.
Elves is now an orientation. So
I want to do shrooms in Moab. Great idea.
That's a really great idea.
Just stay hydrated if you do it in the summer.
Yeah, definitely. The desert is just like such a great place for all that business. Hobgoblin Valley. Wouldn't that be crazy? Because it's already
just like this photo shoot.
Oh, I wanted to do that. I even brought this to the desert with me, but then I ended up not wearing it because also rural Utah is a little scary. I forget it when I step outside of Salt Lake City. I'm like, oh, everyone here is giving me weird looks, and not everyone. There's some real sweeties out there, but
yeah,
gotta be careful what I'm wearing outside of city limits. One of the biggest Proud Boy militias is just down the way. Remember that?
Yeah, which I won't be speaking about.
Yeah, okay, moving on. We've talked enough about Proud Boys. Now we're back to femboys. Where are my femboy militia at?
A femboy militia.
Oh.
No one ever talks about the gaining confidence which accompanies donning an elf hair. Yeah. Sorry if you already said it. That's really been true to my experience.
I don't think it's being overstated. I think I could go for a third read. No one, and I mean no one, is saying enough.
We're part of the problem. We haven't been saying it enough.
I just want to apologize first and foremost to my fans, my family, and my family who are fans. I'm so sorry for being silent on
family
this
who
issue.
are fans.
Family.
Can't imagine that.
Yeah, no, that would be.
Sam, did you make your cloak? It's so nice that you would even think it was a possibility that I could make this.
My ex Caitlin made it. She is incredible. She has like a master's degree in this kind of.
Let's all get elf ears and take ecstasy at a concert.
That would actually probably be a ton of fun. As long as there was like a little place I could go lie down with earplugs and I blindfold and can just like lay under a blanket.
We should make an elfish song together.
An elfish song?
Don't you think?
And get Becky to play violin on it?
Yeah, wouldn't that be amazing?
It would be. Let's do it.
I think we could really sell that.
I think if we were wearing the ears the whole time, we channel it properly.
I think so too.
Let's do it. I'm down.
Things are emerging.
Things are elf merging.
I only discovered your videos because of the Aubrey Marcus response, but I watched the whole thing. You guys have a good energy. Oh my God.
Wow.
A new person in the chat that just came from the Aubrey Marcus video. Hi.
Wow. Welcome.
I'm like, I hope I don't disillusion you in the live. But I actually think I was more annoying in that video.
Perfect.
I couldn't shut up.
We weren't even elves in that video.
Exactly.
So
we had nothing.
I don't even remember it. I put these ears on and it's like, I'm like stepping into a whole different person.
I cannot wait to post pictures of myself in this outfit on my Instagram after this.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good dopamine night.
I really am trying to do a nice shoot soon. So
we don't do enough stuff. We really are kind of lazy with our social media. Well,
I'm doing not an elf shoot. I could maybe turn it into one, but doing like a little Pride boudoir shoot this weekend.
By the way, incredible new photos on your Instagram that you posted yesterday with the wings.
Oh yeah.
If you haven't seen them, go to Tana's Instagram.
Stacy Bueller, our friend, who's an incredible photographer.
She's so good.
Vogue. She's done Paris Fashion Week. She came and she shot some pictures from the music video I'm working on, and they're up and they're great.
Unbelievable.
And she's so talented. We love artsy friends.
I just learned in my book about storytelling that people like people that they feel they like leaders that like earn status points for the whole group. It's like that when one of us shines, we all shine. And I'm like, that's that Instagram for me. I'm just like, I'm getting so much dopamine seeing how good these are. Just to be someone who knows this person, I'm like, gorgeous, brilliant. Serotonin. I think Russell M. Nelson is secretly an elf. Why does that feel true?
It does. He runs the fudge tree. You can tell. Yeah. They're all already in their like little Masonic get-ups. They're already wearing the aprons and shit. They're, fully.
You two talk about so many books. How many books do you think you read in a month? It's seriously admirable. It's a bit of a ruse, I think, because also, like, my Goodreads every year is usually like 25 books a year. So, like, that is kind of good. But I also will go, like, sometimes I go long periods of time without reading, and then I'll, like, read a book in 3 days. But this is one of my goals for the month. Read more. Read constantly.
Cool. Do you have a lineup right now?
I have such a giant lineup. I'd love to go through it with the live stream if anyone cares.
Let's do it. Live stream lineup. Tell us what you're reading. If it sounds cool enough, I might start reading. As someone just thinking about getting into reading, what do you recommend? I hear Dr. Seuss is cool. Tolstoy.
All right, let's get into it. I'm so glad you only half asked.
We are elves on the shelf, and we're doing this.
And I'm on shaky ground with my local library, but we're just dealing with it. I have to take the pressure off. I have to finish this Billy Collins poetry book, and I also have to finish Mary Oliver's Devotions poetry collection. That's pressing on my mind. Then I'm going to read The Collected Schizophrenias, which is a set of essays, winner of the Grey Wolf Press Nonfiction Prize. I'm such a whore for like if something's won like a prize on the front, I'm like, let's go, let's do it. This, I think, is a woman's account of having schizophrenia, which just interesting.
Sounds very interesting.
And someone in my Instagram DM said they had read this and they absolutely loved it, loved her writing style. So I'm excited about that. This is called, such a theme in this, Blood Orange Night, My Journey to the Edge of Madness, which is also a memoir about someone going mad. Just sounded good. The Candy House, I saw Pulitzer Prize winning author and I was like, I'm sold. This is a strategy that works well for me though.
Nico.
This is called The Candy House, and apparently Jennifer is among the most celebrated writers of our time, a literary figure with cult status and winner of the Pulitzer Prize and the National Book Critics Circle Award. This, I don't really know what this is about. Is it a queer book? I can't
Probably mental demise, madness, or something.
Testament to the tenacity and transcendence of human longing for real connection, love, family, privacy. I mean, that's every book, but I think it's going to be really good. And then this book is With Teeth. Again, it said author of the New York Times bestseller on the front. So I was like, and it was on a stand at my local library. This is a book, I think there was like a, basically like mothers, I don't know what's wrong with me. Like there was a section that, the library will do like little themed sections. And this was like one and it was all about like mothers going mad. Or
when mothers go mad, like Girls Gone Wild, mothers gone mad.
I think it sounds like it's a mother confronting her role in the mess of her son and the possibility that the answers may be beyond her reach. Oh, it's a candid take on queer parenthood. Aww. So there's some pride appropriate reads in there.
Cool.
But that's where I find myself. Has anyone read any of these?
That's
why I'm like, I can't have pride plans. I just need to like get back in my library's good books.
I do a lot of my reading on TikTok. I do a lot of my reading in just like kind of research. I like to just, Wikipedia, go through articles, informational kind of tunnels and pathways. And then like occasionally a book name will pop up in it. And I'll like read that book or read something kind of aligned just to kind of understand what I'm going through. But that's kind of a sporadic process. The last book I like finished was, why did I put finish in quotes?
Because you never really finish.
I never really finish a book.
With you forever.
Yeah. Was Crying in H Mart by the lead singer of Japanese Breakfast. Yeah, it's great.
I found it. I didn't watch any of it, but I found it really disturbing that Mark Gaffney and Aubrey Marcus took down Yuval Noah Harari because it sounded like they were just really triggered by the thesis he sets forth in *Sapiens*. Becca said my book club's currently reading *Sapiens*, which I love *Sapiens*. I feel like that was like such a helpful book for me, like reorienting my brain a bit more towards reality after leaving Mormonism. You learn a lot. You learn a lot about storytelling. And I feel like the Aubrey and Mark, they're somewhat triggered by the notion that humans are storytellers. Like they're in their defense caption on Instagram, it was like, life does have meaning. And they basically seem to think that he's just like this cold-hearted guy. Like they
what?
I think they're just triggered by like the premises because they're such magical thinkers, And Yuval kind of just shines a light on the fact that we're a storytelling species, and it's not that things don't matter. It's just that like you got to recognize the story for what it is. And anyway, I haven't watched their critique, but I wouldn't imagine it being good.
We should go through it. I'm genuinely curious. I would do that right now if you wanted to. Or
I would love to do a video.
Episode.
Yeah.
Interesting. I have been kind of thinking back to one of the things that the wife, I think, too said, or I don't know what their relationship status is actually. Alana.
Girlfriend
when
too.
she's like, she got God bombed on the second date, and then was like, "Oh, this is real." And I don't know if that meant like, "Oh, what I'm experiencing here is like a real thing and a real connection," or it's like ISIS is real, and whatever these dudes are saying about the metaverse is real.
Yeah, it's like I know the feeling she's describing, like when you first do psychedelics and you're like, holy shit, like you just feel so intensely present and connected to everything and alive that you're like, and I think they're calling it the God bomb because it's like you do this concoction and then you have an experience with God through the ceremony, and it's like, yeah, that is real. Like they can be that feeling of like, oh my God, I've like kind of wanted to feel this my whole life, or like sense that it was possible and now I'm feeling it. But it is a bit, that's why it's kind of unsettling that she hadn't really done a big psychedelic thing before and then had that experience, and then it's all getting connected to this like ISIS pregnancy revelations. Yeah. Tough.
Men used to write sonnets.
Leonard Cohen wrote the last sonnet we'll ever need.
So true. So true. And that one is actually, Suzanne takes your hand to a place near the river. Wow. Leonard Cohen. What a treasure.
Yeah.
Some of his commentary on mysticism, I'm going to find a video to send you. I think you'll really, really like.
Cool.
Yeah. Interesting guys. Interesting video. That one's kind of popped off in an interesting way. People are.
Yeah. And I always get a bit nervous with stuff like that because I'm like, this guy's a billionaire and we're like literally nobody. And that always feels a little bit like, I don't know. It's like, I just get scared of people with that much power sometimes when we criticize them. It's probably fine because a lot of people.
But they're so enlightened.
I know, but isn't it just kind of scary that like the power that a billionaire has to just like sue people, even though we're careful about speech and stuff, it still is like, is it worth making minimum wage to be under this kind of threat? It's fine. It's fine. I'm just shedding my, I don't know, anxiety.
Yeah. I think we're all right. I don't think the only one I'm scared of is ISIS, but I think under the protection of the StreamYard duck,
you will be fine
ISIS
with her.
And they kind of have an agreement. They respect each other's territory.
And we've historically been fine with her. I don't think she like loves us, but
no, yeah. I'm in cahoots with all that crew. I'm friends with a lot of the girls she parties
Extrovert.
with. Yeah. So I'm good. And I've heard mixed things about the whole pregnancy thing. Right, oh, she is. Yeah, big time. And I think she was tripping when she even said that. Like, I think he like overheard it. And
it's like, don't take everything she says as like gospel.
Yeah, come on, man. You're pedestalizing ISIS right now. Exactly. She hates that shit.
Speaking of England, shout out to William Blake, the poet.
Yeah.
Great guy.
Yeah, Billy Blake. What up?
Well,
the awkward compliment. We didn't even do a tarot for the stream.
Oh, have we not?
Nope. And so while you're getting that up, I'm going to pee.
Okay. I'll just tell you what it is when you come out. Hi, guys. Welcome to the weekly group tarot stream. This is where there's something up with my microphone. This is where we find out what the universe wants to say to us for the week. My cat Banksy he does this thing when it's his dinner time where if I'm not feeding him, he'll eat a plant, make himself throw up for the attention. And I really hate that about him. And he's eyeing this olive tree plant right now. So I'm just seeing if I'm going to have to do something about that. He's literally looking me dead in the eyes. So smug. Yay, welcome to the first live. Tana's just peeing. We're just doing a group tarot. The unseen. Banksy, that's toxic behavior, people are saying. The unseen. Is that a location or a... The pressure of finding the thing in this giant list with a live stream running is killing me. Okay, the unseen. The spirit, the ancestor, the eternal. The unseen. Did we get this one in a recent live stream? Or did I just get this one recently? The unseen is just as it sounds. We cannot see it, yet it sees us, watching and waiting with wisdom both kind and instructive. We feel this presence, sense it, intuit it, and then doubt its existence, though it rallies our attention time and time again. The energy of the unseen may come in many forms: a compelling dream, a sudden insight, a clear voice, a vision or message from a loved one who has passed to the other side. I swear we got... Tana, did we get the unseen recently?
What does that mean?
The unseen?
I don't think so.
Okay. A vision or a message from a loved... This is kind of related to Aubrey Marcus. It's talking about the energy of the unseen may come in many forms: a compelling dream, a sudden insight, a clear voice, a vision or message from Isis, or a loved one who has passed to the other side. It's natural to fear these communications as they challenge our perception of what is real. When this card appears, your guides are near. The eternal is present. The doorway between worlds is ajar. Listen. The sounds may seem as though they come from a distant land, but they call from your innermost chambers. So the theme of the week with Aubrey Marcus. When light, this card looks like clairvoyant guidance and whispers of wisdom. When dark, dark looming energy and unwillingness to forgive. Guidance comes in many forms. Don't expect it to be glittery or comfortable. Sometimes it is double babies. The spirit world speaks the truth. Sometimes it soothes and sometimes it burns. Here's a question for everyone. If you had a really wise deity come to you right now and give you advice that you've kind of been like resistant to hearing, what would it be? Or just like, what do you think someone way wiser than you would say to you right now?
They'd be like, invest.
Bitcoin is going to run out of being abundant in 2032.
Mm-hmm. Wear sunscreen. Korean sunscreen. Not your run-of-the-mill American bullshit. Get on that K protection. I want my skincare routine to be fully Korean by 2026.
I'm going to have to feed the cats because it's just becoming unworkable with them moving around. They are seriously trying to bring this whole operation burning to the ground.
But he knows too. He's like, y'all are looking at this. How about this? I'm going to knock it over. He's trying to tip over the camera. Even Banksy, a gentleman as he is, has his limits, and he will burn the house down if he has to, especially after being denied snacks. It's hard to be a cat in a world of Homo sapiens, these lumbering monkeys running the world. I mean, that's what it is. That's why I'm going elf. I'm tired of these streets, these children. All right, let's see. Korean skincare or bust. Lindsay gets it. And then it says, I think if it was so much wiser than me, the deity, it would tell me to make all mistakes I was going to make anyway. Honestly, based. Ivania says, it would tell me the cure to being depressed is to leave my house and talk to other humans. I hate when the good advice and it does work. I hate that. I hate it when it's like, wait, exercise helps? No, I hate that. Talking to people? Oh. I'm feeling pretty social right now. It's springtime, summer. I'm feeling a bit more lively. It's nice, but I can definitely sometimes feel that of like, oh my God, I don't want to see or interact with another human being.
Why are we so close?
Well, I was kind of just like getting in frame, but I'm not leaving. Like, comfortable. That's what I'm doing.
See, this would be so cute in Goblin Valley as a photo shoot.
It really would be. I always think it's funny when people think we're married. Mm-hmm. I'm like, what indication have we ever given in the history of this show?
I just think it's hard for people to see two beautiful people, a boy and a girl, and not be like, they should be in love and together.
Do we look like a boy and a girl in love too? No, we're two elves who don't know shit about shit.
Yeah, but we get along better than most married people. So I feel like it's like not that common.
It's true. and we are close buds. We're loosey goosey, as your mom described it. For you let me sit in your bedroom.
And if you had been 6'2", it would have been devastating because we would have dated. It would have not worked out because you would have been avoidant, and it just wouldn't have quite been the right romantic fit. And then we would have not been in each other's lives. So thank God you were not 6'2".
Yeah, or like a totally different person.
What do you mean?
Well, you know, I just think height or otherwise, we were just going to be friends. But
no,
I think
if you were 6'2", I think it wouldn't have like lasted. Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
I just think at BYU Idaho, if I met a boy that I just like liked in any way and he was like tall and handsome, I'd be like, I have to date you. Like that's just what you do.
Yeah, Ash and I talk about that because they were at BYU Idaho the same time I was. We were in the same comedy program, one semester apart. And it was like, oh, if we had met back then, it would not have worked out. Like, we would have dated, maybe got married, maybe had children, and then divorced in a terrible, it would just been so bad. So good things come to those who don't stick around Mormonism.
If you were 6'2", it wouldn't have been your choice. I think if you were 6'2", at BYU Idaho, they just train. They're like, if you get along with someone of the opposite sex, you're supposed to date them.
He was 6'2". she wasn't.
This girl thinks she can turn game. Tana's not only into men. I assumed for a while Tana was only attracted to masculine energy. I was in my most fake feminine energy at BYU Idaho.
That's true. And I was in my most masculine. I don't know. I probably butched up even after I left.
You were like little brother, kind of masculine at that point.
Yeah.
But you were very smart, which I guess is...
I was like suspender and bow tie.
Which the number of 6'2" guys I dated who dressed like that.
It was a good environment to be that guy.
It was the golden era of the hipster, you know?
Oh, yeah,
like a bow tie was so snazzy.
Yeah, definitely. That was a time, and it might be coming back, honestly. Unfortunately, in a lot of ways. Tanner is bi or pan, either or. I like saying bi just because it's more people understand it, but I really mean like the both sides of that like spectrum, which is pansexual, but then you have to like explain like, no, I don't fuck pots and pans unless they're very, very attractive.
The girl wants a twink and the guy wants a daddy. I think we're getting lost here in what all of that was. And also, didn't you say you just got here from the Aubrey Marcus video? You've got a lot to learn about the chat.
I mean, you read us to filth, but...
Did I exclusively date twinks in college? Sure, okay. But they were mostly straight except for that one guy.
Would I take a daddy? Yes, but among a number of types of individuals.
It is so true, though, that in my like true girlhood, I would just go for twinks and one gay guy. Because it's just like, I think women often just want like a guy who's nice. And a lot of the time it's like the more feminine guys.
And more
that are caring and like sweet and...
More femme presenting in America is like normal British presenting.
So I didn't think it was a thing. Yeah. That's why the one gay guy slipped past my radar. Love him. Love Kevin.
I loved on Overcompensating when it was like, it's that classic question of is he gay or just British?
Yeah, in Britain you can just fully snog your bro chap and it's fine.
Wow, we just got read like Paulology's book.
I'll vomit too if you don't feed me.
Getting out of my hometown has done wonders for my queer journey. I feel like that's like the archetypal small or hometown queer experience. Like, yeah, out of the environment and into.
If you seem like you wash your ass in America, we assume you're gay. Something to that. Something to that. Although Mormon men are usually quite clean cut because of the mission and stuff. I don't know about the arse. I was never down there.
Yeah.
The amount of great friendships lost because my evangelical worldview told me that different sex relationships could only be romantic is so tragic.
That is tragic. It's nice just being able to be friends with anybody.
I think it's genuinely so weird to not have friends of the opposite sex. And there really are a lot of people who feel like that's not,
not appropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy.
Which is oof. It's just like no wonder you're gonna like it's just like continuing the problem of like women being seen as objects,
Yeah, I've heard men say stuff like that, like other men will only hang out a girl if they want to fuck her. So if you're hanging out with the guys because he wants to fuck you,
it's like it's basically saying the only value women have is as people you would fuck. Upsetting.
Wow.
It's crazy that the stream has grown in size as we've been doing this.
I think, that usually that's how it goes. What shrinks as you go along?
Usually when the crisps come out, I always imagine that we lose a lot of people.
And we have jumped the shark, crisps are out, and so am I. Time to make like a chip and dip. I want to go to New York again. As part of my queer journey into the big city.
You do. And I want to go home to England for my family wedding in August.
It's part of your queer journey?
Yeah.
Are you going to go as your real self? Real elf?
Just show up to the wedding.
That would be such a move to show up with elf ears.
It's like there's no rules about showing up in an elf costume. You're just not allowed to wear white.
Yeah, that's the one.
I saw my mother-in-law reading a devotional story to my 4-year-old nephew tonight, and she skipped over Cain and Abel. If it's horrifying, you can't read it to a child. What does that say about your God?
Yeah.
Nice that she skipped it.
Okay, in rural Utah, on the way back from the desert the other weekend, that beautiful canyon, it was so lovely that weekend that we were both driving through. But I saw a hat in one of the gas stations out there that had like a Utah Bigfoot thing going on. And I was like, given Utah's particular history with Bigfoot, I don't know if this is the right
really good point
message
really
to be putting on a hat or a shirt.
But Bigfoot is still a conspiracy, so it can be sold at a Utah gas station.
Yeah, I guess.
We have a super chat to read from Venmo.
For those of you who aren't familiar with all of Mormon lore, there was a Mormon prophet who taught that Bigfoot was Cain, the original Cain.
Yeah, heinous. Lindsay, one of our top super chatters in these lives. Oh. Hot girl summer, Zelf elf summer.
Yeah.
That's what we're saying, Lindsay. Thank you.
Thank you so much. These little elves appreciate it more than you could ever know.
I think I'm the tall elf in that story.
Yeah, definitely. Becca says my October wedding is going to include sprinkles of Tolkien nerdery. You and your ears are welcome. That's fun. Little fantasy. Honestly, if I ever had a wedding, I think it would be like a little elfish. A little elfish. Like it'd probably be outside, like in the forest, probably like in like a tent situation. Yeah. Which is kind of how I see it. Some kind of sash. Ears.
Because a costume party is always fun.
It's always
You're
fun.
giving people an opportunity to step into an energy they may not normally choose to step into.
Yeah. And what better thing to step into than a pair of ears?
Exactly. Never felt more at home in my own skin than when I put on these plastic ears. My spouse and I have Lord of the Rings inspired wedding rings. Lovely.
Is it just like the actual elfish from the original, or are there new things written in English or elfish? And does it light up when you put it in the fire? And is it slowly driving you to madness as you vanish into thin air every time you put it on? What's going on there?
We have another Venmo super chat. Thank you so much, August.
Like ever since the wedding, we've been hounded by ring wraiths. The cats? Aw. You're doing wonders, kittens, and you'll never see a dime of it. Just kidding. Banksy knows he's a star, and that's why he gets pushy with this camera.
Yeah. And Banksy's food is honestly above my income grade. So it really does go to that.
When I was in college, my friend had me make her a giant iridescent cosplay wings, which she wore with a traditional bridal gown. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I want. I want the fairy wings with a traditional bridal gown. Like just for now, for normal wear. Like that's how I want to be going out.
New chatter NNN. I'm just asking random questions to keep convo going.
That's the spirit. That's the energy.
That's yeah.
Well done, though. Good and faithful.
Sam, how's your journey from UK to USA? I mean, the first time I was 18 and I had to do an overnight in Canada because it was the cheapest flight, and I was pretty excited. I was like surprisingly fearless, just moving to America on my own at 18, staying in this Canadian hotel overnight. I felt good.
Wow, Ray just finished the Silmarillion. That's
that?
like reading the Old Testament for fun in my mind. It's like for true Tolkien nerds. It's kind of like Tolkien's Bible for the world. Hot take, but I think the Bible having
being 18, I know.
The Bible having a lot of human and divine evil is good. Don't make the Bible more inclusive unless it's translated more accurately. People need to know how horrific it is.
What's good, what's good or bad? Do you want to know about sex positive Utah? What's that? Maybe. Also, why can you not put on a costume without people assuming it's a sex thing? Not saying they were, but it's just like adults are not allowed to wear costumes unless it's a sex thing, generally. Because
adults are such sexual beings, and if you're stomping that down, then anything out of the ordinary is potentially like a trigger for this bigger thing that's tied to sexuality and self-esteem generally. Again, the problems with heteronormativity in its like biggest sense of this like conformity to the monoculture or whatever. Yeah, for me, it is a sex thing. Everything I put on is a sex thing. I'm like, that's either it turns me on or I don't wear it. So
beautiful.
Yeah.
I guess mine's a sex thing in that it's like it's like an ACOTAR situation where you get like one little sex scene at some point. But it's mostly this.
As the spice of a very wholesome and Bechdel test passing
exactly, Tana.
Life.
It's really mostly about my feelings as queen.
And only some of the politicking that goes on behind the queen scenes. And then, yeah, maybe you catch my shoulder by moonlight.
I should keep admiring myself in the viewfinder. It's bad.
Do you need to do some poses? Like, really?
I don't know why I went to that. Just stimming,
Yeah.
Oops. Would you ever read ACOTAR again? I was with a friend yesterday who was raving about it, and it did make me kind of sad to not be in on the community. But I'm just, where are we on the Gilmore Girls rewatch? We are going to start Gilmore Girls as a pair of Geminis soon.
Yeah. I need to finish The Sopranos, and it can't finish quick enough. And
should I rent a pool for my birthday?
Yeah, you probably should.
So my birthday's on a Thursday, but I'm like, I mean, that's kind of fine.
Friday or Saturday?
Well, I'm like,
Thursday
I don't really
Saturday?
like need or want like a ton of people to come. It's just like whoever's available.
A Thursday night pool slaps.
Well, I kind of want it to be daytime.
A Thursday day pool slaps.
Okay. Well, I might.
How many fun employed friends do you have?
Like most of them, honestly.
Oh, great, nice.
I like most of them, but
all these
some people
sluts,
are
tramps, and ne'er-do-wells that you.
Okay. Enjoy the end of The Sopranos. I'm kind of impressed how far. Why does our camera focus keep getting so bad? Oh, it's because the light is shifting and it's really bright on this cheek.
Yeah, we'll see how the end of Sopranos goes. Were we live when I was complaining about The Sopranos, or was that just with?
Yeah,
us?
You've talked about The Sopranos quite a bit lately.
Yeah, I know. I'm just kind of over it now.
Okay, I've only watched the first episode, but I was like, the therapist is just kind of harsh in her general energy.
Sometimes you have to in order to win the trust of a harsh and brutal man such as Tony Soprano. He's got to respect her, or it's not going to work.
So fair enough.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But I'm excited to get on the Gilmore Girls train.
Yeah, I think it's going to really bring back my eating disorder in a crazy way, from what I've heard.
Well,
just kidding. I'm good.
And it could compete with X-Files as the other one that's on my list.
That one doesn't interest me.
No. Hannah Einbeiner from Hack said that it was her gay awakening was the character from that show, and so I'm excited.
Cool. Well, I think we just need to have like a day where we binge the Gilmore Girls a little bit.
Just a day in, the next rainy, cozy day.
That's the thing. I'm like, I can't watch too much TV without getting depressed.
Especially during the day.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, maybe we just need a Gilmore Girls evening and then we video the next day or something.
Or it's just kind of on while we're live streaming.
No, I need to be immersed. I want to be immersed.
I have been meaning to watch Twin Peaks.
Gilmore Girls watch is so different now than when I was in high school. Yeah, that's like everything, isn't it?
Where can you watch Twin Peaks? I think maybe that's been the issue.
What is Twin Peaks? Isn't that like crime?
I think it's the David Lynch show. And as David Lynch always said, if you eat a chip a day, well, that's a good day. That just sounds like something he would say. I don't know.
I really respect that. Is it time to wrap up the live stream for the day?
Yes, these elves have little forest tasks to get to.
If anyone has any final things, final points of discussion.
Is that show? Have you seen the clip of David Lynch being like talking to someone? He's like talking to a trans person. He's like, and when you started going by, I don't know her name, Larissa, I told everyone else to fix their hearts or die. Aww. And that's kind of become this like soundbite, and I love it. So I do want to watch that show just for that. I
really know about David Lynch. I just hear about him a lot, and I like see the memes.
Yeah,
and I feel like there's a joke about him or in Friends or something.
Maybe, yeah.
Or is there like another Lynch, famous
Lynch? That would make sense.
Yeah. Some things are American. Thanks for keeping me company as I finished inking my comic for a class. Amazing. Are you doing Pab's chapter 2 after this? We did Pab's chapter 2 before this. I mean, it's not really chapter 2. It's like, because we did a few chapters in the first, but yeah. And we had a great time. I think you're really going to like it. It's a Patreon video. Sorry if you're not a Patreon. But you can become one for as little as $1 a month.
Yeah.
And we do need you now and always. Our Patreon, every person's Patreon usually drops at the start of the month because like, you know, that's when the bills go through and everyone can't afford to be a patron forever. But this month's was a scary dip, which happens sometimes. So thank you, Misha. More cat food money. Wait, that's the same Misha from the beginning of the stream.
Misha.
Sandwiching the stream with your super chats. Thank you.
My sandwich.
Join the Patreon. The group chat is lovely. It is. The Patreon is nice. You can be as involved or as uninvolved as you want. You just kind of get to be part of a nice little community. I do think now that we're done with tennis shoes, which was like these chains that we were in, to be honest, for a very long time, even though it was really fun. We can, I really want to step into the Patreon more. Like I follow this group of people. There's like, it's like a foursome that have a Patreon and they treat their Patreon as like really, like they do really good stuff for it. They treat their Patreon as sacred. Yeah. And I'm like, I want to start doing that. I mean, our Patreon has always been really good. Like it has some of the best lore. There's so much good stuff on there, but like, yeah, I hate communities in all senses of belonging. And that's valid. So it sounds like maybe the Patreon won't be for you. This is the best cosplay I didn't know I needed from you both. Thank you.
All for you, baby.
I didn't know I needed it either. This has come as a total shock to me. I mean, this is Tanner's domain. And yeah, I'm like, oh, we're gonna see each other at Ren Fair. That's gonna be awkward.
I do appreciate that I just showed up with a bag of costumes and you were like, yes, let's do this. And you've found something out about yourself.
What would be the point? Yeah, I mean, yeah. Thank you, H3 Chill, member for 2 months. Can't wait for new stuff on the Patreon.
Oh, thank you again.
I think you're really gonna like this episode.
We got a lot of repeaters in this chat. Thank you so much.
I know the live stream is like its own little community of regulars, which is so nice. And I've learned from my storytelling book is a great sign. Did you get the clown shoes? Thank you so much for circling back on that. Because I couldn't get the buy-in from Tanner, I haven't bought the clown shoes. And I'm also worried that the clown shoes are kind of weak quality. And I just like, where are we at?
I think when the clown is ready, the shoes appear. And I just am maybe reticent to invest in clown shoes when shoes are the least viewed part of this channel.
Yeah, but they don't have to be.
Like, we're just going to be like, feet up.
It's not. Tanner, our short form content game is shit. But it's great. When you step into your role as director, for example, the Eagle Scout sketch, it's brilliant. And I just think the clown shoes could inspire us the way that this has inspired us.
Yeah, like maybe it'll be a sex thing, but clowns.
Right.
because that's how costumes work.
Yep. The Church of Corihor's reasons be with you, Joe. Thank you, Joe.
Thanks, Corihor Joe. Good to hear from you.
If anything, we need a clown nose and face paint. You would be amazing at the face paint. There's something about the shoes that I just think would be funny to have.
Just hanging up back here.
You're not seeing my vision at all.
I guess not.
I'm not imagining YouTube.
Oh, this is short form.
Yeah, okay. We never do short form.
We don't, and we do need to.
And that's why our income's shit. But less so thanks to Robina on Venmo, another repeater of the live streams. Hashtag elf. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for that very specific amount of money. We love you all. Clown groove is in the heart.
I struggle with the clown aesthetic. It's not that I hate it for other people.
Do you think you're more mime? You're leaning more mime. Is that why?
Yeah. If I am gonna go clown,
I will lean mime. The on the noseness of the clown.
I don't like the on the noseness of the clown.
So what if a clown and a mime were friends?
Then the world would really heal.
Healing the world
with clownery. It's a lot. By definition, like clowns are like bigger, larger than life, more colorful, more brazen. And I'm like, I like to just retain that for my personality. Like I just like to be annoying in my own right, like making sounds and squeaks and balloons and shit.
I do my own squeaks.
Yeah.
You guys would be mimeful. I kind of want to see a clown and a mime be friends. Lots to think about, I think.
Is there a brand out there, the Mindful Mime? The
mindful mime.
Practicing mindfulness.
Tony, you need to answer the question about when the next exclamation podcast is dropping, because this is kind of your domain.
When do you want to record?
I'll record whenever. I'm always free.
Okay, well, I'm booked this weekend.
Yeah, I bet you are. But I'm saying you have to spearhead the claymation podcast or it doesn't happen. That's okay. It's just your domain. It just is.
I also need to acquire some legal Delta 9 ingestibles.
Okay, well, that should be easy because they're available at so many
for sale
Utah stores. I just got here and this sounds like a clown husbandry Tumblr combo. Excellent. My first time hearing of that and I love it.
Clown husbandry, like they're raised Tumblr. on like horses. You breed clowns, a troop. Keep them in little stables.
Husbandry?
It's like animal raising.
Yeah, I know, but
why is it God, now I'm thinking about everything you have to do to inseminate them artificially. It's too much.
We don't believe in forced insemination of clowns.
No, we're saying it right now, and we're sorry that our silence has been deafening.
It may be normalized in our society, but it's actually wrong to forcibly inseminate a clown.
And we haven't just been silent; we've been miming, about it. So check yourself there. But yeah, we are officially breaking our silence to say we do not believe in artificial insemination of clowns.
You guys
much as the world may call it normal.
You guys give major theater kids summer camp energy. I've said it on my TikTok recently. I'm a failed theater kid. I'm what happens when someone's in the chorus for their whole childhood. This is kind of what comes out. Kind of like a weird, distorted, detached from their essence. You know, it's like they put on the elf thing and they're surprised, but like, why would they be surprised?
Yeah.
It's just because nobody gave me lead roles growing up. So I'm on the fence about it all. But you were Stuart Little in the school play.
I was Stuart Little in the Stuart Little play.
So that's why That's why this is good
how
for
we
me.
Got here. Full trajectory.
Scratch, Stuart Little. Thank you for taking a strong stance for the safety of clowns. You're welcome. Okay, it's just the right thing to do.
As a clown husband myself.
Sam is a twink foreskin enjoyer. There's nothing wrong with being uncircumcised. That's an interesting take. Oh my God, me too. I was a lead a few times and didn't make it into the college acting program.
Sorry, keep going.
No, just I relate. Yeah, I was a lead once and I killed it. And outside of that.
Wait, what was your lead?
Well, it wasn't like the lead, but it was in Fame. I was the head teacher. I had a solo song and a duet song. I know. I've always had a thing for head teachers. Not because I've ever had a head teacher that's like hot though.
Just the idea.
It's just an energy.
Yeah.
A woman who's smarter than me and is just like kind of mean, something about that.
Yeah, and so like good at her job, and she got her ducks in a row.
Don't get me started.
I'm gonna start a support group for clown wives. It's like wives of clowns, and we all just like share the hardships of being a clown wife, because they don't talk about it. Like,
it's actually harder than being a military wife in certain ways.
It really is. Like, you thought supporting the troops, imagine supporting the theater troops. Like, it's a lot. Just clowning till the late hours of the night in some car with God knows how many people careening down the freeway, high off their asses on God knows what.
The car's going at like 12 miles an hour.
Pedal to the metal with the biggest shoe you've ever seen.
My wife.
Well,
my wife's on. This new guy is like chaotic energy, and I love it. My wives aren't up to task. Please give them support.
I'm gonna have Isis drop in and give them a word. Isis always can get wives to do what they need to do for the greater good.
She's the goddess of wives.
Yeah.
Getting wives in line.
Ooh, actually, now the connection between the organization ISIS and wife control is a bit too dark.
That's just a coincidence. They stole that from us.
So we've done clowns, we've done mimes, we've done elves. What's next for us? Cowboys?
Didn't we do that?
I wore a cowboy
you've
hat
done cowboys
for billionaires.
And I was a Christian cowgirl for Halloween in our channel. So
yeah.
Also, hi, Anna.
I have an aunt, Anna Jo.
Sorry, I'm being kind of gross on Maine.
You're welcome that I'm being kind of gross on Maine. We're like, key bang. That was a bad joke. I'm sorry. Glitter sequin cowboys. That's what I'm going for this weekend. I got a little like silver glam hat. It's cute. Baking. We actually started as a baking and cooking show. You could probably find it on the internet somewhere, but we did 2 episodes. And one called Diced, one called Baked.
They're not good, but there's something about them.
Yeah, it's definitely like early YouTube for us.
Yeah.
It was before we ever appeared in 4K. We were just raw dogging the sound. And
now we're back to 720K, overruled by the StreamYard duck who doesn't let us have full free speech.
We're not complaining. We're not complaining, Fernando. We're grateful for all the blessings that you shower upon us.
We are.
I've been actually feeling like baking in a way that I have never really, like, I used to bake some things as a kid. Like, I like making cookies just because I love eating cookies.
You do love a baked cookie.
I do so much. But I've been catching the desire to bake.
Last week, I had a 36-hour depressive episode. So I took all
I
pressure
remember that. Do you remember that, guys?
It started in the stream.
It did. It was identified. It was named.
So I took a day to just be like, it's not like, I just was like, there's no pressure to do anything today. Just do what feels good. Follow your instincts. And then I just felt inspired to make a strawberry cake because I watched Emma Chamberlain's vlog about how she made herself her strawberry cake for her birthday so she wouldn't get depressed on her birthday. And for some reason, it inspired me to make a strawberry cake.
And it was a good strawberry cake.
It was pretty good. I'm not a baker, but it did turn out good and it was rewarding. And it like brought me back to life. And normally I kind of, I don't know, I just see baking as like, what's the point? Because it's like, you're just going to get like something not that nutritious out of it anyway. And you can buy treats. But I got the point. It was great. Yeah. Made a delicious vegan banana bread last night.
Okay, that's what I was craving last night, Chloe.
Yeah.
I was like, just like some banana bread with like some pecans.
A banana bread that has chocolate chips in it. No, these are not THC brownies. We're just pounding a THC brownie.
Here we go. Time to meet God. Oh, it's like I'm hanging out with Aubrey Marcus all over again.
I know.
Oh yeah, I want some banana bread. I want to make a strawberry shortcake. Because that sounds good as hell. Always this time of year, and that's pretty much it. Those are my two inklings. Actually, so I saw a thing for a pecan banana bar, like a little kind of shortbread cookie thing. A little.
If anyone's got any good vegan baking recipes, just DM them to me on my personal Instagram because I'm in the market. God, banana bread.
Maddie made banana bread too. Everyone was on the banana bread. God bomb banana bread.
For some reason, it makes sense to me that our audience loves banana bread.
Yeah.
More than a typical audience even, but I don't know why.
Yeah, I bet if we were to, census data this, it would show that for some reason, some inexplicable correlation. Wow, we're all really connected on this banana bread. I love it. Aubergine Marcus.
I don't get it.
Aubrey.
Aubergine. Oh, Aubergine Marcus.
Yeah.
We should do a Mormon recipe video on the Patreon. We should just do like a little Saturday with Trevor. It'll be fun.
Make some funeral potatoes, some green jello with carrots in it.
We can we'll make it fun.
That would be fun.
We did have a banana bread candle. That's probably why I'm thinking
Oh, yeah. We literally smell like banana bread.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we padlocked all of us into associating this with banana bread.
Isn't that funny that I said that? I was like, there's something here, but I don't even know why. That's fucking why, Sam.
Whoa.
I really regret.
I'm so sad that candle's
I
gone.
know. And that the whole business is done for, I think.
Wow. Like, what do we even smell like now? Emptiness, nothingness.
Thank you, Kiki, for reminding us of that. Aubergine is the name of eggplant. Yeah, that is what British people call eggplant. Even though we can't smell it, it still matters.
The flame is alive in our hearts.
Best candle ever. Yeah, we pulled the flame card last week.
Man, imagine if someone still had that candle. It would be like a collector's item at this point. You could sell it for like $1,000 in the Patreon chat.
Oh my God, does anyone have it preserved?
Once a year, just light it for a second, take a quick whiff.
It smells good though, because when I would go into the Mormon Stories office, John had one, but like I don't think he lights his candles very much. So, but I could smell it from like a few feet away. So I think if I went to Mormon Stories, it would still smell like that.
Wow,
it's probably still there.
I like to believe that.
The only unburnt candle is at Mormon Stories. That's why we have to break into the Mormon Stories studio.
I'm listening.
Through the laser gateway.
Of course.
Ninja elves.
Yes. I've got mirrors to point them in other directions. Smoke so that we can see them better. Yeah, we're covered. Let's do this.
Amazing.
We're heisting the shit out of this.
Not our first heist on John DeLynn.
No, will not be our last.
I have one. It's like a half burnt. Oh my God, the fact that people have the Zelf candle out there still.
Aww.
I had such a hard time not burning. I just burnt through mine so easily because I loved it.
Yeah, me too.
And when people are like, burn the candle, you could die tomorrow, I'm like way ahead of you. I'm burning the most expensive candle I've ever owned. I'm
burning my bookshelf. Like I'm just lighting everything on fire. It's like it all goes up in a blaze of glory.
I have an issue.
I'm a pyromaniac.
Unless I'm an elf.
I actually did like coax a candle back to life today because it had burned out, right? And got to like the last dregs wouldn't light. But then I got enough like matches going that it started burning the wax and was able to get the candle back. Like
because sometimes the wick you can bring it back
the wick.
To life.
Yeah, I just got the wax burning again, just off of a matchstick. It's like, damn.
Well done, Tanner.
Fire whisperer.
It's so important to use what we have.
It's really, really is. Can I throw this up and catch it on my finger?
I've seen you do it many times. That wasn't one of the times. Yeah. Don't you have a whole magic routine with a ring?
I sure do.
That you did at that talent show in that cabin that time?
I sure did. I think I tried to do it on here once and failed miserably.
And now
no
normal.
One believes I'm magic and it's fucked up.
Banana wasn't the only scent. What else was it?
Coconut.
Oh, see?
Yeah.
Wasn't there another one? But no, it was like banana, nut, bread, and coconut. Yeah. Was
banana,
that?
Nut, bread, and coconut.
Yeah. It was so good. Anxious Gary, true to his name, is saying, careful lighting a candle that's almost all the way out. They get dangerous.
Wait, how do they get dangerous?
I know what.
All of a sudden you're playing with dynamite? I know what he means.
Well, I've had a Trader Joe's candle that will like, it's almost like the whole thing kind of sets on fire at the very bottom. And then like the thing, it's,
The whole thing sets on fire?
It's not the perfect way of saying it, but yes, just be careful because the flame can sometimes get really weird and big. Yeah.
Okay, good to know.
I'm not looking to.
I'm just willy-nilly lighting fires around, not knowing that they're dangerous.
I think everyone should start tagging us if they ever make banana bread.
Yeah.
We need a social media strategy. This could be part of it.
It would be so random and funny to people who just like know us from Instagram when we're posting on there.
It's just like, why are these people associated with this? It doesn't really matter, and it's none of your business.
We are literally the face of banana bread. Everyone knows it and understand it innately. Like, you don't have to explain that to anybody.
My storytelling book said you got to have 2 storylines going at all times.
That's and one B, of ours. And we know what the A
Elves
is.
and banana bread.
Yep.
Discord page photos of banana bread. Patreon banana bread. Yeah, put it in the Patreon group chat if you feel kind of weird.
Patreon banana bake-off. That sounds great.
What if we had a bake-off with
like a banana bread night where everyone just baked our bananas and we just hung out?
Oh my god, what if it was like a live stream?
We should do it.
This is a genius idea.
Let's do it.
We should seriously schedule that in the next few weeks. Okay, so
you guys want to do a banana bake-off?
Would you join the Patreon for that? Genuinely.
I would. I'll join it.
I would.
I'll put you in $1
Imagine
a month.
It's like it's a 2 p.m. on a Sunday.
Oh.
Even 3 because it's summer.
Maybe even 4.
Yeah, 3 or 4 because it's summer. And then, yeah, we'll do a live stream. So we'll be live streaming us baking banana bread. Everyone else can bake a banana bread with us.
Yeah, or just eat it while we bake.
Let's all start sharing recipes in the group chat because I think everyone follow your own adventure.
Yeah.
Okay, this is great. Perfect.
And hopefully by then they will have invented a little...
Yes, I legitimately did just join.
Oh my God,
Thank
Maddie.
you, Maddie.
Welcome.
This is seriously amazing. Okay, I'm going to write this in a note because we can't let the people down on this one.
Yeah, we make so many empty promises.
We do. Banana bread Patreon plan. Yay. Okay, this has been a great stream. Thank you all for being here.
Yeah, it's not as good as the banana bake will be, but...
No, this is a
kind of what could be.
But foreplay begins at the end of the last live stream.
Exactly.
So... this has been great. I can't wait to go edit the pool video and hopefully get that up tomorrow or the next day.
Sweet. Well, look forward to watching that.
Yeah, patrons,
especially to our newest patrons.
Yes. Love you all.
Enjoy the rest of your week. Happy Pride. Love you. Bye.
Bye, husbands.
Clown.